The clubs are the ones who are participating in up to what level and which delegate or who will. That's why we would have about 500 clubs now coming to vote for this presidential election. We increase the level of legitimacy. For avoidance of doubt, I have no problem with the 92 delegates. It's not a unique system. It happens all over the world. It happens even in other elections. For as long as the law permits delegate system, there should not be issue. We should just move it now in future towards
Kenya, the home of athletics.
Yeah. Yes. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much for coming. I want to appreciate the Athletics Kenya, led by the president, the vice president, and the management, and the all teams from the various branches across the country. Today was my inaugural visit to this very important facility, the headquarters of Athletics Kenya, Riadha House, and I am really impressed by the reception that I've received. I just want to say that today was my visit to understand the programs that are being run by Athletics Kenya. As you very well know, Athletics Kenya is a very important stakeholder in the Ministry of Sports because of our performance as a country globally in matters athletics. And therefore, from the day I arrived, we have been working closely with Athletics Kenya, but I felt like I needed to have a personal interaction with the leadership of AK across the country. And I'm happy that we have leadership of AK from across all the branches in the country. Number two is that we came here to discuss the way forward, and very key for us as a ministry is our Talanta Hela program, which is basically when unbundled is key among for this is youth development, the youth grassroots development. And we have discussed ways of enhancing the youth camps across the country. For the last, I have also been briefed, but for the last 2-3 years, as a result of the enhanced support for the youth program, we've been able to identify greater talent, and now we are ready as a nation to be able to wrestle back some of the disciplines that we had lost to other countries in the world because of our failure to invest in the young people. Youth program, as you very well know now, for the last almost 10 years, although gradually with an enhanced support of government the last 2 to 3 years, has produced some of the best athletes, Faith Kipyegon, Beatrice Chebet, Wanyonyi, Omanyala, and among others. We hope that through these kind of programs now, we will multiply maybe by 50 times, 100 times the number of young people we are going to give opportunities to grow their talent across the country. I am impressed by what I have been shown with youth programs happening across the nation, not in the traditional areas where we have had athletics. It is now across the country. It is the hope of my ministry that an affirmative action will be put in place to make sure that marginalized areas like Northeastern, Coast, Upper Eastern are going to be brought to the flock to make sure that we are having athletes from across the nation. And therefore, I look forward to, as I've told this team here, that I look forward to the next gold medalist in the next Olympics. For example, coming from Garissa or Wajir or Mandera or Tana River or places like Isiolo, Marsabit. And there's no reason why we should not be having already athletes from Marsabit, because across the fence or across the border, our competitors in the next neighboring country are neighboring Marsabit County. So there is no reason why we should not be producing the best athletes there. So youth development is very important. Number two is that sports facilities. I have promised this team here that in the ministry we are now ready to roll out our sports academies. We, as you heard me yesterday in Parliament, confirming that we are going to advertise the 33 or so youth academies across the country, sports academies across the country, and those ones are going to be constructed to the level where we have enough facilities accessible at the grassroots level in every constituency. In the end, as I said, 3, 4, 5 years, we should be able to construct a sports academy in every constituency across the country, and that is the place where we can give opportunities for our young people to train. The promised stadia across the country also are going to be completed. We know we have a pending stadium in Wote, Marsabit, Nyeri, Kamarin, in Iten, and Kapsabet, somewhere in Kericho, Bomet. We have a stadium pending in Migori. We have a stadium to be built in Mombasa. So all these stadia that we are trying to do to construct is to make sure that we tap and grow talent, and especially in areas that are high altitude and we have opportunity to bring athletes from all over the country come and train there. We want to make sure that those areas have proper running tracks, and we want also to see how those facilities will hold also other training facilities, particularly in western part of the country where we can get many sprinters. In Western Nyanza, we have many sprinters that have potential for having very good sprinters, yet the facilities and equipment is not there. So we are going to invest in that area as part of our sports activities, sports facilities across the country. The third issue that I want to say, which we've discussed, is the question of protection of our sportsmen and women, especially the athletes from gender-based violence and all kinds of violence. I know there's a discussion in the country now about femicide, and athletes have not been left behind. Some of the athletes, the famous being Agnes Tirop, and then Cheptegei from Uganda the other day, and a few other athletes who have suffered across the country as a result of gender-based violence. And a lot of this is fighting over personal wealth for these athletes, money and their assets, like land and houses they have built. And we have said that we will work closely. I appreciate Athletics Kenya for establishing an office for athletes protection. But from a ministry perspective, I already established an office for gender-based violence and dealing with sexual abuse. But we are now in the process of getting the person who will sit in that office. And that person will be coordinating all the federations to make sure that they are all compliant in having protection of our athletes in every discipline. But we're also going to have to work with the Interior Ministry to provide standby security. And I'm happy AK also have a number where athletes can report violence. And we will enhance that by ensuring that it is within the ministry, but also work closely with the Ministry of Interior to protect our athletes. Other than that, I think those are basically the key issues that we have highlighted here. And we want to make sure that we will continue with the rest of the programs, rewarding athletes who have done well the way we promised with a proper scheme within the ministry. We will continue also with the program of supporting financially the men and women who are going to represent us as a country abroad. Other than that, I think, Mr. President, thank you very much for having me. Thank you to all your officials from different branches for coming to welcome me to this very important Riyadh house, historic house. And I'm happy with the work that is being done here, the museum that we have here. And I hope that this can be even expanded further, especially in your facility in Kasarani, as you have explained to me. Once you get the resources, it will be nice to have an even better, greater, bigger museum that can attract many people from the world to come and see what we have achieved, the exploits that we have achieved as a nation. Asanteni sana.
Yeah. Now, on the issue of the camps, actually we've seen what the camps can do.
Yeah.
Your predecessor had actually allocated quite a substantial amount, like 92, 96 million. And it's ongoing process. The camps are there every the running
Holiday,
throughout
yeah.
soccer. Are you allocating some amount for these programs, or?
It is not, a ministry is not personal to the person occupying the office. Once a program has been established, it must continue. And at the moment, we are not just giving resources for this camp, these holidays that are coming. We will not just give the resources that were given last year, but it's going to be enhanced to be more. We will work together with AK, but also working with the Sports Academy. We are actually tripling the resources that we are going to put in sports camps. And not just for athletics, but now for the entire other disciplines, football, basketball, volleyball, rugby. But for athletics specifically, we are going to make sure that we continue supporting the camps. And I've been shown what the holiday camps have done. Fantastic job. And as I say, this is part of the talent development, and this is our focus as a ministry.
We've seen stadiums coming up in the name of internationals.
Yeah.
They cannot even host a local athletics event.
Yeah.
And you've come up with close to 30 academies. What will you put in place to ensure that we don't come up with elephant sports academies?
Sports academies are not going to be for competition. It's going to be for training. If you have to do competition, maybe local schools around the area where they occupy, because 90% of the academies are in public institutions, schools especially. So we do not expect them to be used for competition. It's for training, and if there will be competition, local ones for schools and so forth. But our focus with the sports academies are training. The sports stadia, we have, and that's a very good question. We have standardized the construction of sports stadia. We have now prototypes for construction of international, regional, and what is called national stadia. Going forward, we will not construct a stadium without adhering to the standards that are set, international standards, if it is an international stadium, particularly the ones I told you, in places like Nyeri, the one in Marsabit, the one in Iten, the ones that we'll build in places like Migori and so forth. All of them will make sure. In fact, I had a discussion recently with the governor of Siaya, and he confirmed to me that he has involved Athletics Kenya and Football Federation in the standards that are being applied in the stadium they are building in Siaya. So we will be enforcing standards through Sports Kenya. As per the law, we will make sure that all the stadiums that are built going forward receive out of the required international standards. There are some stadiums that were built before by counties, and then they put very low quality tartan, and all of it, was washed away. We are now requiring all the counties to adhere to national standards, and those standards are going to be shared with all the county governments. We are also going to have an intergovernmental discussion with the county government through the intergovernmental forum, intergovernmental relations forum on matters of sports, to make sure that the sports issues are being discussed at the Council of Governors and at the summit.
Chan, are we on track?
Why don't we discuss Chan on its own day? Yeah. So that it does not overshadow the works of AK. We are on course to host Chan and African Cup of Nations, but I'll brief you in a different meeting. We are on course. Yeah.
Yeah. We've talked about the good plans about facilities, infrastructure, we've talked about the academies, but there's an elephant in the room. Why is it that we want to develop sports facilities, those academies, and then maybe they end up now in nurture talent and they're not going to use it? My question is in regard to ADAC is on its list, and we have this good plan. So if we are banned because ADAC is not able to do it, now there could be these academies and infrastructure.
I had a meeting today with the president of WADA, which is the federation dealing with anti-doping globally, and we had very good discussions about the progress that Kenya is making in dealing with anti-doping. Again, I forgot to brief you that in the discussion we had with AK here, is that the enhanced program that we have with World Athletics is bearing fruit. and the support we have enhanced the support that we are working with AK and the anti-doping agency is actually bearing fruits, and we are able to test more, we are able to deter, and we are hoping that through this program we are going to be the lead country, not just in Africa but also in the world, among the top countries in terms of compliance on fighting doping. I know you said that it's not true that ADA is grounded. It's not. We have put in place contingency measures to support their budget, and even as we wait for budgeting process to go on, we make sure that anti-doping agency is functioning as it should. And there will be no day that they will suffer because of money. Money will not be the issue. If we are unable to do what we need to do matters doping, it will not be because of money. We have the capacity to make sure that we cushion the anti-doping agency on financial issues. And we're working together with the Ministry of Finance and Parliament to enhance the budget in the next supplementary budget. Yeah.
So you said you want to tour around. Will you be in Al Kalau, cross country?
Yes, I actually hope I can be. I have already told them. I have already told them that I actually said it's like you were in the meeting, because I told the AK team that I'd like to visit more areas that are traditionally not seen to have had many athletes, and I don't know when they will have a 10-kilometer race in Wajir, because I really want to go there. And so forth. I want to go. I want to be the cabinet secretary that will be remembered for opening the match, so that we making sure that they have facilities and they can produce athletes from that region. So the ball is on AK to organize events there. I will be able to go, but even then I have many other sports, football and other sports that will take me to those regions. But truly, what really disturbs me is marginalization, because you can't believe that the entire Northeastern, we don't have a stadium, and we have not had plans for a stadium for many years, which is, we want to change the mindset of people, of how they think about those counties. Coast, for example, we've just done the first stadium in a long time in Kwale. We want to do an international stadium in Mombasa itself, so that we can host events in Mombasa, because it's at the sea level, equivalent to what other countries in Europe and other parts of the world are hosting. So we have very good plans in terms of those facilities, and we just not plans for the sake of it. We are working on the resources, and as I said, through sports fund, securitization of sports fund, we are going to do all these facilities.
Lastly, just what's the current...
I hope that's the last one.
It's the last one. What's
Yeah.
the current status of the stadium that have been renovated in Nairobi?
Kasarani. I was there 2 days ago. Kasarani Stadium is coming out very well. As you know, we are focusing on Chan first to make sure that we deliver for Chan. So and it's good you have asked that question. The stadium itself is going to be completed by, as promised, by end of the year. They are now at the level of putting the grills for the ones that will hold the roof, and eventually they will put the roof. What we are working on also is the grass, because I know you people are debating about the grass. The grass needs to be ready for. Then after Chan, we will improve also the quality of the grass. Not the quality of the grass, the mixing of the soil. There is a proposal of a new way of doing it, which we want to do in all our stadiums across the country. We really want to use this advantage that has come with this building of stadium to use World Athletic standards for athletics and FIFA standards for the football pitches. And eventually, by the time we are going to AFCON, all this stadium will have better ways of planting grass, new and better ways. At least we are happy Nyayo is going to be used with the Kikuyu grass as it is and with the drainage as it is. But after Chan, we'll make sure that we redo the grass everywhere across the country. Talanta technology and with proposal. We are happy that working with CAF, they came to my office, and thereafter they brought experts from Europe who have given us very good recommendations. Now going forward, those standards will be applied for all the international stadium that we are going to build. We have told AK also work with them because in Kasarani we will first do the chan and then we do the track. We redo the track afresh, and we are going to use the latest standards applied by the World Athletics, so that in 2029, when we will be hosting, hopefully, World Athletics Championship for 2029, by that time all the facilities will be ready, will already have been ready anyway from next year, so that we will have Kasarani at a level where next year we'll be ready to host any World Championship. As you know, we hosted under 20 in 2017, right? 2021, yes. Yeah, and 18 was 2017, yes, correct. And so we have the capacity to do so. We improve our facilities a little bit, we host the World Championship. And we are competent and capable of doing so. And that's why I approved the bidding of World Championship 2029 by AK. Yeah.
So the grass that was bringing issues at Kasarani, has it been removed for a new one, or is it the same?
It is. It didn't bring issues. There is no grass to bring issues. This is new grass. It's just that the drainage needs to be improved after, as I told you. I've already explained how it's going to work. The current grass is new. It's only being planted. We are telling them to improve the speed of fixing the soil, adding the soil and getting the levels. I was there 2 days ago. I think maybe it's better we can visit there next week again, because I've been going there every 2 weeks or so. So I will tell Julius in my office to make sure that when we visit, we all go and see it together, so that it's not reported speech. Why should we be reporting an issue which is in Kasarani, which is in, we are all here, 20 minutes we are there. So I hope next week we can go and see the progress. I want you to be part and parcel of also the process that we are applying at the moment. Asanteni sana. Thank you. So tuendelee na picha sasa. Wapi.